Welcome to Perfect Level. Back at the urban puddle once again. We've had multiple days of heavy rain. The creek and the river completely flooded. Didn't have a lot of options today. Had to come back out here. The water quality is terrible. Let's go. The wind is insane. Today I will be testing out the Berkley CullShad. Interesting bait. This might be a huge mistake. Holy cow. It's almost white capping. It's so windy. I was barely able to launch. And the water quality is terrible. It is super brown. But like I said, I don't really have any other options. Either don't go fishing today or come here. Which maybe I'll just stay out here for like an hour and go home. Well, the turtles seem to be pretty happy today, wind or not. Well, I do see a spinnerbait, a black spinnerbait. I like black spinnerbaits. Looks like that one might be easy to get. Maybe. The black spinnerbait. All right. Nothing wrong with that. What else do I see? A lot of bobbers. Here in about a month, you won't be able to see anything because all the leaves and blooms, which this particular tree already has some sort of bloom on it. That was a miracle for sure that I was able to get that out of that tree. The wind seems to be stronger on this side than the other, so I'm probably just going to turn around. Fish on. Fish on. It's a giant. It's a giant. And I was just sitting there talking about how I was going to leave this side, and I just caught a giant. He's peeing everywhere. He was just barely hooked. Look at that, it fell out. Freaking giant fish. Look at the size of that bass. Freaking stud fish. What is going on? What is going on with you? Giant. Let's put it on the board. Mouth closed, 19 inches. Daggum wind is crazy. I'm not going to weigh that fish, but that's over 4 pounds. For sure over 4 pounds. It's fat. Look how fat that fish is. Thank you for playing the game, good sir. Good to see you. Shablow! Let's go! That fish was barely hooked. Just, I mean, skin hooked. Glad I landed it. What a giant. It destroyed my bandito. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I caught that fish. And I was fixing to leave. Seriously, like my elbow's hurting really bad and the wind is brutal. And like, I was already ready to give up. I caught that fish on a wind break. I'm not sure why, but that fish was ultra smelly. It looked really healthy. And it kind of seemed like it already had eggs in it, but I'm not sure about that. It's a little bit early to be spawning already, but that fish was ultra smelly. He was so smelly. Ugh. And to be honest, he really wasn't even slimy. He just smelled bad. I think I'm gonna actually throw this snail back in because I think it's still alive. There's a creature inside of there that's still alive. So I'm just gonna put that back in the water because I think the turtles and the fish and everything eats those. Giant on. Well, I say giant, but it hit so freaking hard. Oh, that's a good fish for sure. That is a really good one. It hit so hard, like it almost pulled the rod out of my hand. What a fish. Man, it hit so freaking hard. I didn't have my camera on. Gosh, look at the size of that fish, man. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Mouth closed, 18 and a half. That's a really good one. He's fat too. That's a really good one. I'm gonna say 3.5 pounds, about 3.5, 18 and a half inches. It's a good fish. Wow, what a fight, man. I almost lost my rod. Thank you, sir. Shablow. Let's go. That's it. I'm calling it quits. I can't fight the wind any longer. I did land 2 really nice bass today and lost several and a catfish. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.